gentlemen, this is Swedish Movie Cartel. I'm Chris Lynn.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
I am Tristan Stubbs.
And this week we reviewed Moonrise Kingdom.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Now going on to Tristan.
Kingdom. Alright, so Moonrise Kingdom had a couple really big names. Bruce Willis, as well as Bill freaking Murray.
Bill Murray's back in the game. How about that, huh? Bill Murray's back in the game.
Not as a zombie.
Not as a zombie, or...
A couple child actors that did their parts very well were Jared Gilman and Kara Hayward. The
fantastic actors and actresses in that movie. So good.
Main characters in that.
Sam, what's his name?
Sam Shadusky.
It's not Sam Dusky. He's not a rapist.
His name's
Sandusky.
And Shakowski.
Shakowski,
and then
Sam Shakowski.
Susie Bishop.
Susie Bishop.
Yeah.
Like that matters, it really doesn't. And then
she's a raven.
What bird are you?
She's a raven.
Okay, so yeah, and then written, directed, produced by Wes
Anderson.
Thumbs up, bro.
Just in case you didn't know.
If you watch this movie for about 10 minutes and you have seen Fantastic Mr. Fox,
and you enjoyed Fantastic Mr. Fox,
you know it's the same guy. It's him. It's his style throughout the entire thing. So it's pretty amazing. So Seamus, what happens in this movie?
All right.
What bird are you?
So, it's kind of hard to run
That's
down
not a bird.
Basic.
What bird are you?
I'm a fucking raven, alright?
Okay, go ahead and tell me the plot.
It's kind of hard to run down the plot generically because it's so kind of random at some points.
Yeah.
But, if you've seen our previous webcast about Quentin Tarantino, not that type of randomness. This was...
No, it's constructive randomness.
Constructive
Well, no,
randomness.
not
all of it is constructive.
I wouldn't say constructive. It's funny, quirky, but it's
hilarious.
Also,
it's so awkward. The awkwardness is hilarious.
Yeah,
It's like in life you have social norms, right? And a lot of them you don't realize that they're there. But the fact that they're gone in this movie, you're like,
yeah.
Wait, what? No!
It's Quentin Tarantino done right.
Yeah.
It's randomness that doesn't distract you from the movie. That
enhances.
It doesn't have a purpose because it's random, but it has a purpose.
True.
Yeah. It enhances. So continue. You never even got into the plot.
Yeah, okay, so basically it starts off with Susie. You don't actually know her name at this point. She doesn't talk for the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
You don't meet the main character in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, you don't even see the main character for the first 20 minutes. And then basically it's Susie and Sam escaping together their terrible lives. They have pretty bad lives. Anyways,
two misfit children.
misfit toys. Misfit. They run off together and then they get caught and then they run off again.
They run away a lot of times.
Yeah, and then basically like it's a happy ending because Sam's actually a foster kid. So he gets kicked out and then the cop, who's Bruce Willis, he adopts him.
Yep.
So
and their love is able to live on.
Yeah, because they're in love with each
their
other.
unconditional, undying love.
Yeah. During their runaway, their first runaway, they come to a beach, and they call
beautiful scene. It's so weird.
It's terrific. It's really awkward, but it's like that awesome awkward where you're like, I fucking love this.
It's beautiful, but. Not gonna lie, you see 12-year-olds feel each other up.
She's 14.
14, but he's 12.
They're supposed to be 12 in the movie.
Oh, both of them are supposed to be 12?
I think they're both 14 in real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like feel each other up.
It's a little odd.
It's a little odd, but it's like it's really good.
It kind of enhances, like it makes it funny.
And they call that the Moonrise Kingdom, and that's like their dream getaway kind of. It's like where they can get away from all the stress of their life. So
and at the end of the movie, it's erased from the map, which is pretty cool.
That is interesting, yeah. That's a good point. All right, well, let's continue to the good things about this movie. We're going to start with...
Wait, who do you point at?
Are you pointing at both
you point at... What is this supposed to mean?
What bird are you?
I'll start. So one good thing about this movie was camera angles. If you've ever seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, even though it's animated, you get like the effect of like the camera angles. And that's fantastic in this movie. Amazing. It really enhances the film. Another thing is just the quirkiness of it. I love the quirkiness.
Quirkiness and awkwardness.
Awkwardness, yeah. It's like, because it's not like an awkwardness where you like feel uncomfortable. It's just like hilarious.
Most of the time. Yeah.
I laughed so hard at this movie.
I like the themes of like love within it. Because
Yeah.
like there are a bunch of love stories that don't have this much of an impact that are about like 20-year-olds and shit. And this is two 12-year-olds and they have the most impact, I think, of a romantic story.
Yeah,
And it's two kids that are younger than we even are, and they understand unconditional love already.
Yeah.
And they're just two misfits.
It's kind of
it revolves
against-
around that whole world of children. How it just
Yeah.
you're just in that world and
Well,
nothing.
it's against the social norm. It's like people think that like kids can't experience love, and this movie's kind of showing them like
everybody was like, no,
they
you're not
can.
sure
Shows
how much
them
you're
up.
feeling.
shows them up,
and it's
feels
like,
them up.
Yeah.
dude, anybody can experience love. You just have to find the right person.
And they're
Is basically
like,
what
so,
the movie's
yeah,
saying.
You have that one person that's literally perfect for you, and they kind of found that. They're both.
I wasn't meaning to look at you. We weren't referring to anybody.
Well,
Seamus
Chris,
knows.
Forget about that. Okay, yeah,
Looked at
but,
me, he was like,
Yeah, you have
the fuck?
that. You just have that one person that's literally perfect for you, and they're both awkward, and they don't fit in. They've never really found a place that they fit. For some reason, everybody thinks they have problems with them, even though in nowadays society, it'd just be normal for having the problems that they have in this. It wouldn't be like my child has issues. It'd be like my child's normal. But yeah,
every child has issues.
yeah. So they just kind of they're misfits together, and it's just them against the world.
Yeah. Okay. So things I liked about this movie. Jeez. Another thing I guess you guys didn't mention was music.
Oh yes, the soundtrack.
Music was great in this
Soundtrack
movie.
was
They, especially in that one beach scene, I found the French song perfect.
Yeah, it was
where he's like dancing, like he gets into that.
I might butcher this dude's name, but the dude who did all the music for this is Alexander Desplat. Desplat? It's French. I don't know. I took
probably
years of
Desplat.
French. I still can't pronounce it.
Desplat.
Desplat or something like that. D-E-S-P-L-A-T. Fantastic. Another thing that I really liked was the acting.
acting.
It didn't have a whole bunch of super known people besides Bruce Willis and Bill Murray, and I just felt like they're obviously
Well,
best
the guy from the Hulk, I forgot his name.
Oh
He's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of known.
Yeah.
You know who really looked familiar was the guy that helped him out that married him. He looked really familiar.
Yeah.
I was like,
know.
I've seen that guy in something. I don't know.
He
what
almost
it is.
seems like Borat. He kind of looks like Borat. A little bit.
Nah, he's not Sacha Baron.
No.
I know it's not, but
Yeah.
he looks like.
Yeah, he
looks
does
like
kinda look
all
yeah.
of it was it all felt very natural. It didn't feel like they were trying to.
Plus, for
do
child
something too
actors,
much with
they
the-
did a
they were
really good
good.
job. Yeah.
Because I think that would be even harder for a child actor to do than actually try to play a part. Just try to play a kid that's just really awkward.
Well, yeah, but they're
They played
also
it
like
really well.
it's weird because like the kids are like acting like adults. Like
Yeah,
the whole
they're very
society in this movie is like flipped roles. Like the adults are acting like kids, kind of. Like Bruce Willis and
Yeah,
Bill Murray, they kind of act like
Bill Murray's great.
kids, and then you've got the kids that are like listening to classical music and like
Yeah,
doing all this stuff.
well, it was set in
and like
1960.
yeah, and the kids are like all acting
Different
like they're like adults, and they have like they don't need anybody else's help.
It's almost
They
like
have to
it's
figure it
almost
out.
like like I was saying earlier. I didn't say it earlier in this, but it's like in real society we have the children's reality of world, which are only seen through children, and we have adults' view on things. And then in this movie, it's like flipped. So there's that adult world and that adult view on things, but then that whole kid's view on the world takes up the majority of the thing. So it's switched. Like just a child's view on life is the whole perspective of how people act in this movie. So yeah, I wrote on Facebook when I first saw the movie about it, about this, and it's like the movie does such good. There's some movies that have sadness, like only sadness, and those movies can be good. Then there are movies that like only have comedy, and those are usually pretty good. Then there's some movies that have only drama, and those are pretty good. And then some movies have the perfect amount of like I guess beauty and sadness. Yeah, beauty and sadness. I guess when I meant drama, I meant beauty. Yeah, but some movies have like the perfect amount of sadness, and Beauty that correlate perfectly with each other. Example, Perks of Being a Wallflower. And those movies are fantastic.
Yeah.
But then what this movie did is like it had the perfect amount of like beauty and sadness, but on top of that, it was like comedy masked it all. Isn't it almost mask it like combined with the beauty, which made it
enhanced it.
Yeah, which like made you feel like it was the coolest feeling. Like
you need that comedic relief from it.
Yeah.
And just getting impounded by all that drama, it goes
totally. Yeah, and you're just like, what just happened? And like once you think about it, you're just like, that was so beautiful, but at the same time, that was hilarious. That was so funny.
So I think we all agree that this movie's fantastic.
One more thing. Something that like just makes a movie for me is just the feeling you have after you end the movie.
Yeah, you just feel like kind of...
Oh, like, you're like struck by it for like a couple hours.
Yeah,
like you're in the universe.
I was thinking the rest of the time, I was like, oh my god, I want to be in this movie. I just want to be that person. But no, like, you know the feeling you got watching probably the last Harry Potter, and you're like, there's never going to be a Harry Potter again. This is the last one ever.
No one can ever do that movie again.
And then you're just like, you get kind of sad about it. That's kind of the feeling that I had after this. I was like, dang, it's done. I was so wrapped up in this world and this story, and I got so emotionally connected, and now it's just gone.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt, and it was just after
it's
one.
Like it's like a joyous.
Too.
It was only an hour. It's an hour and a half. That's it.
And it just got me completely.
It's like joyous, but it's also sad.
It's
at
terrific.
the end. It's really good. So we can all agree that it's really,
nothing stands
really
in the
movie.
way of love. Nothing.
So now shut the fuck up.
Nothing.
Now.
What bird are you?
I'm a fucking raven.
Good.
Now. All right.
Just make a sparrow. She's a no.
What bird are you?
All right. Okay, so bad things about this movie. How about Chris? You started off.
Okay, first of all, this is really hard. Like to say bad things about this movie.
Really, really good. Highly.
It's a damn good movie.
But something bad about this movie is like, it depends. I guess it depends on the person you are. If you like this movie, and I mean, I think if anybody if somebody came into this movie not really having an outside insight of the symbolism and of the way to come into this movie, or if they've never seen a Wes Anderson movie, or if they didn't like Wes Anderson, they will not like this movie.
Yeah, he's like Quentin Tarantino. You're either gonna like him or not.
The style may bother you.
Yeah, the style may bother you.
If you're
my older brother, not this kid, but the older brother, he saw
Fantastic Mr.
Fox.
He didn't like it.
And he did not like it.
It's an acquired taste. You kind of have to either like it
he
or
was
you
like,
don't.
it was too corky, and I was like, dude, you're fucking high. But
I like it.
I loved Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's probably one of my favorite movies.
That's a very good one.
So, yeah, it's really, it's an acquired
very similar.
taste.
If you watch this movie and you're like, dang, I want more of that, go get Fantastic Mr. Fox, and you'll have it's the same. It's
so
terrific. Good movie.
It was a little awkward at times, overly awkward. Sometimes it was like, all right.
It kind of made me, and it kind of made me aggravated how you didn't know what was symbols and what was just random crap.
Yeah.
I felt like some of the things I said could have easily not been symbols.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're watching it and you're so into it and you're like, wow, this is an intelligent guy. It's obviously very well masterly directed and stuff, and you're looking for things that probably aren't even there.
Yeah, and then also the affair between the mom and the cop.
That doesn't really get explained.
Yeah, it doesn't really get explained.
Yeah.
Because the
a
one
lot of things don't get explained.
The one time that you see them together, you all she comes up is she comes up and he's eating a sandwich, and then he just gives her a piece of it. She eats it, and she just goes off, and I'm like,
and I wanted to know how that guy got a lazy eye.
There was some pointless characters in this movie. The freaking lady, who always was in the talk. All she did was eat a sandwich, and she didn't talk for the rest of the movie. Literally,
honestly,
she sat there and nodded her head and stuff.
I don't understand the point of the dog. If you're just gonna kill it off, it's random.
Yeah, that was random too.
Well, the dog is in it for a total of 5 minutes. They go in search party, and then it gets shot.
I found it important because of that one quote where Sam's he's like, she's like,
was it a good dog?
she's like, was it a good dog? And he's like,
what does he say?
He's like,
who are we to judge?
Who's to know?
say? Who's to say?
yeah, who's to say? And then he's like, but he didn't deserve to die.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
I'm not sure that
I
character.
shot him right
I don't
through the
know
neck.
if he was trying to make a connection to just everything in the world that, like, when innocent people die and it's just like, were they good people? And it's like, well, no one really knows, but did they really deserve to die? Probably
It's a question.
I feel like Wes
it's
Anderson
a question
is
to
really
bring
making
up.
That, yeah.
It's kind of like, who are you to have the power to decide if somebody lives or dies?
Yeah. Wes Anderson, I think everyone's like, oh no, this is just something random. That it's just coincidence that it kind of.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that he kind of knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, and we brought up Perks of Being a Wallflower and this are both indie films. I just thought I'd throw that out there. The indie genre is pretty righteous.
Oh yeah.
Righteous bros.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and going back to that whole symbol thing, like the way I found out, like I like found out what most things, if most things are symbols, and like if other things are just nothing, is like asking myself if I was the author or whatever,
The director.
why, or the director or producer, like why would I put this in there? Like why would that belong there as
can't
opposed
remember
to
who said
something
that.
else?
I can't remember who said that, but they were like, as the director, you have so much control. If there's something there, it's there for a reason.
Yeah, totally.
It's not, nothing's just randomly placed in there. It's there for a reason, and it's supposed to.
Because you're in control of everything, especially when you're Wes Anderson. When you wrote it, produced it, and directed it, you're in control of
That's why I give
everything
him
in the
more
movie.
props than other directors, because he came up with the story as well. He didn't just direct what was going to happen and just
he
like...
made this movie.
He was...
The movie.
Well, I mean, somebody else co-wrote it with...
It was his brother, I think.
It might have been. Yeah, but yeah, he was with this thing from the base floor and just wrote it all the way to the top. Fantastic movie. It got a Oscar nomination for Best Original Screenplay. Did not win. Bullshit.
Yeah. All right. So, what would we rate this movie?
5 out of 5.
I would say 4.9 or
As
5.
close as I can physically get to 5.
4.859.
I don't know. It's hard to say because there's never been a perfect movie, but I don't.
Yeah, there's never been a perfect movie.
It's a 4.8.
4.8.
Damn amazing.
It is so great.
4.85.
Okay, well, if James goes 4.85, I gotta go 4.85 too.
As close as you would allow me to say that this is the perfect movie.
Yeah. Because we can't say it is, because...
So far, this is the best movie I've ever watched.
I think it is too. It's hard for me to surpass Percent of a Woman.
Oh, Son of a Woman.
Yeah.
Good-ass movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Perks of Being a Wallflower. I don't have a favorite movie.
I don't think that's
so
not
you
even
don't
my
know?
top 5.
Really?
No.
Jeez.
That's probably just outside of it.
Really?
Shit balls. Like, if I had to make a top... No, I'm not going to make a fucking top 5.
Well, my top 5 is, like, different genres. I, like, try to grab one from each genre.
Yeah, well,
And now I have an indie film genre in there now.
I have just top tier. I just do tiers.
Seriously, yeah. This is number
This would be
all-time
top-
favorite movie.
This would be in the top section of the top tier, along with Perks of Being a Wallflower, V for Vendetta. All right, guys. So like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to become a muffin today. Show your friends, because you know need to grow, and just like weed, and and yeah, stay cool.
Stay classy, San Diego.
So what? What bird are you?
Are you...
Which bird, man?
Are you...